Okay, for this tutorial, what we're going to do is review how we select text in Microsoft Word, WordPad, your favorite email text editor. It all works the same, believe it or not. So we're going to go ahead. I've already created a document in WordPad. If you look at the screen here, I got the big blue W here, which indicates that my computer thinks this is a Word document, Microsoft Word document. But I actually created it in WordPad. And what happens is the higher level programs want to assume control over the lower level programs. So in the event I want to open this document in WordPad for the purposes of this tutorial, I'll right click it and then I'll go down to open with, and I have but two options. I have Microsoft Word and I have WordPad, as you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and select WordPad because that's the training module we're in, and we see a new document that has some text in it that I've added previous to this tutorial. Um, just to refresh your memory on this, if you click a word twice, I did a double left click, I've selected the entire word and we have a blue background. That's one way of doing it. Another way, I'm going to click off, left click anywhere outside of this, and as you can see, wherever my cursor is, or wherever my mouse is rather, if I click, it highlights the entire line. When it highlights the entire line, you can change what's on that line. Okay, anything, in fact, that works that way all the time. Anytime you select the entire sentence, the entire paragraph, or just a word, okay, what's going to happen is when you go to your keyboard and type something, it's going to replace what you've selected with what you're typing. So in this case, I intentionally put in this word, which is not right, and I did that on purpose so I could replace it and show you how it's done. So I'm going to type in the word ships to replace the word whips with my computer keyboard, and here it goes. And you can see that the replacement has been affected. Now I'm going to take my mouse, and you see my cursor here. I'm going to click anywhere outside of where I'm currently blinking right here on the cursor, and that puts my cursor in a new location. Nothing has changed until I actually save the document, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and save it by clicking on this little floppy icon, and you can also click on using your control keys, control and the S key, and it'll save it that way as well. I want to go ahead and click this icon, and now I have permanently saved this document. So when I open up this document again, ships is the word that has replaced it. You got to remember to save your documents when you're editing every so often. Okay. Otherwise, you're going to be sorry when you reaccomplish the whole thing and open it back up and find out that your changes didn't save. So you want to always remind yourself to save your documents. There's different ways of doing this. You can double click at the beginning of a word. You can double click or click in somewhere in the margin over here and select the entire sentence. My favorite method is really simple. I just left click with my mouse and drag to the right what I want to change. Okay, it's so simple when you do that. Okay, now I've selected the first part of this sentence. Let's say I want to delete it. Here's something I can do. I can go up here and cut it. I just cut it out. It's no longer in the document. But what if I change my mind? Well, we have a little feature called undo right here. And notice that there's a shortcut key there that says Control Z. Either way, I can either left click on this little blue arrow, or I can do the Control Z keyboard sequence. Either way reverses what I just got through doing. So when I click on this little blue arrow for undo, watch what happens. Everything's back the way it was before. Okay. But how about if I liked what I did and I want to keep what I did, so I'm going to go ahead and click redo, which takes me back to where I was before. Keep in mind that nothing is permanent that I've just showed you until you go up here to this little blue disk icon and hit the save button. Okay, for instance, you seen what I just did. I'm going to close the document outright. I had a phone call, somebody called, I have to go do something else. I'm going to X out of it by closing the document. And notice that it's asking me, do you want to save this or do you not want to save it? If I say save, then my changes will be saved. If I say don't save, my changes will not be saved. Alright, just to show you that I'm telling you the truth, I'm going to double click on this again. This time it opened in Microsoft Word because I didn't remember to go WordPad, but notice that my text is back the way it was. If you have Microsoft Word installed on your computer, keep in mind that Microsoft Word does at least 20 times more what WordPad will do. But if you don't have Microsoft Word, WordPad will do in a pinch. The one thing that I don't like about WordPad is it doesn't have a spell checker, which Microsoft Word does. Now, if you don't want to go down and buy Microsoft Word, there's a lot of ways to get around it. However, you can most of the time open up your email editor and you'll find most of the time that there is a spell check inside your email text editing application as well. That's pretty much it for selecting text. Anytime you see text selected when you open your document, selected in blue, and I'll give you another quick example. That means that you can write or type directly on your keyboard and replace what's there. Let's say I want to open up a new, in this case, text document. I'm going to click it, and notice that new text document is completely highlighted in blue. And my cursor is at the end of the T right there. It's hard to see it, but it's right there at the end of the T in document. That means that I can just type anything right now from my keyboard and it will replace everything and name this new file with what I'm typing. So I'm just going to put anything and hit the return key or the enter key on my keyboard, and now this text document, which is blank, there's nothing in it, but it has the name anything that I just named. So remember that. I'm going to right click on this. I'm going to go ahead and delete it to keep, a little housekeeping here. Do you want to move it to the recycle bin? Yes, I do, which is another lesson. And if we're in, say, our Notepad mode, which is the most basic form of editing, text editing that you can do in Windows, I'm going to go ahead and open this up just to show you how it works. Okay, I open this document up. I'm going to drag my mouse from here, left click and drag everything that's here, right click. I'm going to copy it to the clipboard. Now I'm going to minimize that, open up my lesson 4 document. I'm going to right click and paste. Notice how everything looks different. Why is that? Because WordPad or Microsoft Word formats this text in different ways. That's why it looks so different. This is the most basic form of text editing. It's totally no frills, and it's really not that useful except in certain situations, like in the situation that you receive a document that's been formatted by Word or some other document and you want to get rid of all the formatting. That's a quick way to do it. You can go ahead and open up a brand new Notepad document and then paste everything from the source document inside Notepad, and then go up to File and hit Save, and you've just removed all the pre-formatting that Word put in, and you can go ahead and reaccomplish it the way you want it to look. That's it for this lesson. Thank you for watching.